Hey everybody, this is Alan Fenstermaker here with another Pro Wrestling Archives Back on the Road podcast. And today I'd like to talk about last night, Monday Night Raw, and the whole thing going on between Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso. Now, I remember when I first started watching when the Usos came in, Usos were a very dominant tag team together, and then they joined the Bloodline together, and they were pretty much unstoppable as a tag team. But now, they split up. Jimmy Uso, when he screwed Jey out of the title against Roman back at SummerSlam, and then last night Jimmy Uso screwed Jey out of the Intercontinental title against Gunther. So, and then also last night too, the Bloodline, Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa intervened in the Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre match. So the Bloodline is definitely getting their noses in people's business, and the Bloodline is all about cheating, because it seems like the only way Roman could win a match is when he has the Bloodline interfere. And the way I look at it too, Jey Uso would have had that match against Gunther if Jimmy Uso never interfered. So it's going to be a huge story for WrestleMania when you got Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso to see who's the better one. And I could see Jey Uso kind of being the one that's being screwed and leading up to WrestleMania, and then at WrestleMania it's going to be a triumphant victory where Jey Uso's going to win. And it's going to be interesting to see, too, because you got the Bloodline sticking their nose in business where they don't belong. And all I know is it's going to set up for something at WrestleMania. WrestleMania is going to be the end of an era, I think, for the Bloodline, because it's been going on too long where the Bloodline's been dominant, and it's been too one-sided, where it's getting to a point where any match that Roman Reigns is in is too predictable, where Roman Reigns will win the match, and it'll be he always gets a cheap victory. So he needs to actually have a match where he does not have outside interference. And honestly, I have a feeling once he has a match without outside interference, he's going to lose. He's going to drop the belt. Where it might come down to it at WrestleMania, where his match with Cody Rhodes, they're going to need an outside special guest enforcer or something, just to make sure that he does not have that outside interference. In my opinion, a good enforcer would be Stone Cold Steve Austin, because I could see him in that role. He's been the sheriff on Raw. He's been the sheriff on WWE. And I could see if he's in that match as a special guest enforcer, not the special guest referee, but as the enforcer, he'll be able to toss people out of that get involved, making it one-on-one like it should. And I could see something like that happening where it gets down to it where The Rock comes out and him and The Rock have a showdown, and then that's when The Rock all of a sudden just turns his alliance and just sides with Cody. So anyways, that's all I got. Those are my 2 cents based on that. But anyways, back to the Usos and all going at it at WrestleMania. I could see that being a good match. Always the brother versus brother stuff is always pretty good and draws a good crowd. Like the Hardys when they went at it with each other and they had a match. Edge versus Christian. So always the best tag teams in wrestling always put on good matches when they're going against each other, because then it's the end of an era, the end of the Usos. But I think it would be kind of cool too, to bring in Rikishi and get him involved to lead up to that as well on the road to WrestleMania, because the Samoans have been always a tremendous force in wrestling, the Anoa'i family and all, and just to see them to bring that into there too, with Rikishi, the old bloodline versus the new bloodline. And anyways, that's all I got. Feel free to comment below if you have anything you'd like to add. Until next time, peace out.